Hi everybody, so I'm going to show you today how easy it is to put on the MeAmora nails. I've already prepped my fingernails. I've already taken off the old set. I've given them a day to sort of have a bit of a breather. I've done a bit of a bit of a manicure with some cuticle oils and some nice hand cream, and so my hands are now ready for the next set of nails. And thank you to everybody who helped me choose. I decided on this set, which is called Jazz Club. A lovely sort of browny burgundy glossy nail with a bit of gold accent glittery nail going on there too. And obviously this colour is very much in keeping with the colour of the year, mocha mousse. So I'm going for this one. And actually what's really nice about it is this is a kind of colour that goes with everything. You can wear this with any outfit. So I'm just going to take them out, and I've already done a bit of prep to save a bit of time, but I'm just going to show you. So in here we've got 2 layers of nails, and they come in, we get 30 nails in the box in 12 different sizes. So the first thing you need to do is to actually work out which you need for which finger. They're all numbered, so it's quite easy to do. And of course every set comes with your prep kit. So you've got your little nail file if you haven't got one, little orange stick, and you keep this because this is useful when it comes to taking the nails off as well. And then we've got the prep pad. This is most important, so I'm going to take this off and I'm going to use this. So having already checked the length of my nails, now it's a good idea to do that because these ones I'm using today are what we call squoval, and they're in the short. So and they are quite short, so I always think it's better to make sure that my nails are quite short underneath. I don't want my nails sticking out beyond the edge of the stick on the press on nails. So I've already done that. I've already checked it up because I know I've used these before many times. I know how short I need to make them, and also I will always check because as you can see here, I've already got mine lined up ready to use. But I know what size I have on each particular finger. So for instance, this one's for my middle finger, and I know this will be a 5. And if you look on the bottom, you've got the tab that comes off when you peel the tab back. If you hold that up to the light, you can actually see the number on there. If your eyes aren't great, you might need a magnifying glass, but I can see, with the light shining through, I can see the number 5 on there. So I will just check that it is the right size. And there it is, I can tell. Now, because these are very flexible, they're very bendy, and they're great because they're not like the plastic sort of nails you can buy in the sort of chemist shop. That if you did that, if you squidged those, you get a white line down the middle because they would actually crease. These don't, and that's because that's how they're designed to be. They're designed to be so that when you put them on your fingernail, they flex really well to fit as closely as possible to your nail and to really taper in to the edges. So really when you're trying them out, just make sure you give it a bit of a press to make sure that they're big enough but not too big. You don't want them digging into the edges of your fingers here or into your cuticles. You don't want that, but you do want them to be the right size. So if you can't choose, you think, oh, either of these could be quite good for me, then go for the smaller one every time, and make a note of the size numbers that you use on each finger, because that will save time next time. It sometimes, I think, especially with the oval shaped ones, they come up slightly different, so you might need a different size on that one. But with these, I generally know which ones fit my fingers, and I do keep a note. So, file them back, press your cuticles back with your little orange stick. Just make sure there's nothing overhanging, because basically cuticles are the bit that if you do get that overhang bit there, it's like dead skin, and it needs to come off. So, push those back out of the way. And then this is the important bit. This is they say, it's all in the preparation, and it really is with these nails, because if you get the preparation right, then you're going to get good lasting effect from your nails, and they're going to look great too. So really important. So it's just a little It's just a little like a little wipe. Okay, now what I'm going to do, each nail, I'm going to give it a good 10 seconds on each nail. Okay. And then, and when I've done that on each one, I'm going to go back and do them all again. And that way, I know that I've got rid of any excess dirt or grease or oil that might be on my fingers or nails that could actually affect how well they stick. Okay, because they do stick well. Now this particular design is part of our weekender range, and that means that they're not as well. How can I put it? It doesn't sound very good to say they're not as sticky, but in other words, they aren't designed to stick on for as long. So you might find that they're ready to come off after less than a week, which is great for someone who perhaps works in the health service or works in hospitality or works in care, where they're not really allowed to wear nails to work, but by having the option to have them on for a few days over the weekend or while you're on holiday or something, it's great. And the best bit, these are only £7, just £7 a set. And you will get 2 manicures out of these. So I've just done the one hand. I'm only going to do the one hand because it'll take me to, you don't want to watch me do both. Well, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I'm ready to put these on. Now I've lined them up in the little tray, so I know I've got my thumb first, second, etc. I always leave the thumb till last because you need your thumb to pull the little tabs off, and you don't want to sort of you don't want to sort of ruin the effect of your nails till they're, they need a good hour to sort of really bed in and for the glue to go off and give you a good adhesion. Okay, so we start with this little one. Look at that, my tiny little finger, absolutely tiny. So all I'm going to do is peel off. Now you do be careful with these. It's really important to get them the right way round. The end where the tab is, that's going to go into your cuticle. And with these squoval ones where they're quite square at both ends, it can be easy to get them mixed up and put them on upside down. And I have seen people do that. You'll certainly know about it, A, because it won't be very comfortable, and B, because you will find that the bottom end that goes into cuticle is obviously much softer than the top end that's going to get a bit more work done to, a bit more hard wearing. So there we go. So I've put it on, I've lined it up, pressed it down. I'm going to hold it on now for a good 20 seconds. Really press to give it a good stick, and make sure, especially concentrate on the edges, especially where the edge of your nail at the top meets the press on, and at the sides. Just really give it a good 20 seconds of pressing, and also make sure your hands are quite warm when you do this, because if your hands are warm, it's going to help the glue to sort of get more, be more sticky, I suppose. I shouldn't call it glue. It's not actually glue as such. It's adhesive. So, and this is the beauty of these nails. Just press. I'll just say, like, peel, press and go, and no mess, no stress. So no messing about with glue. There you go. Look at that. Whoops. Can you see? There we are. That's the first one on. Now for the second one, for this finger, my ring finger, I'm going to use this nice sparkly one. So I like a bit of sparkle. So let's take that off. And again, we just line it up. As you can see, I can't see if I do that, can I? Let's get that right. Do it there. So line it up, lower it down, and there we go. You can see, and I'm just going to press it on. And this is as quick as it is. Now, I normally do this last thing at night before I go to bed, because then I know my hands are warm. I'm going to be in the bed, nice and warm and cosy in bed, and keep my hands warm. And it gives me all night to go, while I'm asleep, for them to not be disturbed and not be knocked or damaged or knocked off in any way, so that by the morning the adhesive has gone off. I think that's a technical term. I've heard builders say that, and they talk about things going off. I don't think it's like, I'm a bit of a cook, and when I talk about things going off, it's not a good thing. But I think when you talk about adhesives and cement and stuff going off, that's quite good. So yeah, so you've got to wait for that to go off. And there we go. Look at that too now. Didn't take very long, did it? And the next one, I'm just going to double check, because the other thing workmen say is what is it, measure twice and cut once. Well, I'm going to say measure twice and peel once. Make sure it's the right one. So this is for my middle finger. And as I say, really important, make sure you get them the right way round. Okay, just make sure that's on straight. There we go. Don't want them a bit wonky. Press that one on, and it's going well here. Going very well. I like these. These look really good. I wasn't sure which ones to go for this week because I've got some nice Valentine's themed ones, but I think I'll save them for next week, a bit closer to the day itself. There we go, 3 on now. When I look on there, the colour looks quite brown, but when I look at them in actual life, in actual real life, they've actually got a bit of a ruby sort of sheen to them. So there's a bit more red to them than it looks on the film there. But there we go. So 4th one going on now, and this is how quick it is. Whoops, I've just dropped that one. Where's it gone? Now this is what, oh here we are, this is what's really important, to have a white cloth down when you're doing it, so that if you do drop one, you can find it quickly. There we go. So same with your lashes. I would say make sure you've got a white cloth down when you're doing those, because yes, if you drop one, nothing worse than you can't find it. Okay. I've got that middle one on a bit wonky, but never mind. I can't really do it properly when I'm trying to show you on the camera. But normally I would do it. I'd be doing it much more carefully. Okay, so pressing that one on now. Ooh, 20 seconds is, I think that's long enough. And finally my thumb, as I say, I will normally do that last. I would normally leave both thumbs till last actually and do them both together. But it's okay, I've still got one. Right, make sure I've got it the right way. There you go, pop that one on. There we are. So these are the shorter, I quite like these for every day. And I really like that little extra sort of bit of sparkle there, look at that. And just one other tip I'm going to give you before I finish. I will just do the one hand, and I'll do the other one later and post a picture when they're both up, and you can see. There we go, look at that. I don't know if you can see. So they're all done now. Lovely. As I say, I don't think they look a bit brown on here, but they're not. They've got a reddish sort of sheen to them. But either way, they really do look good as that mocha mousse. You know, for that mocha mousse trend that we've got going on at the moment. And the other thing I'm going to tell you about is, I don't know if you can see on that one, right on the very end. Is it easy to see? Can you see there's a little tag just on there? And I think that's where they perhaps were manufactured. Perhaps they're on a rod. You know, it reminds me of those sort of old Airfix models that we used to make when we were kids, and that you break the pieces off the sort of rod. I imagine that's how these are made. And sometimes you get a little bit sticking out there. You can file that off, but my recommendation is do it the next day when you've, or after a few hours when they've gone off, so that you know they're well stuck. And then just get your little file, and you can just gently, very gently, just smooth the ends so that you don't have that bit. That doesn't happen on all of them. It does on some of them though. As I say, I've got that one a bit wonky, but never mind. I think that's fine. Anyway, there you go. Look at that one. Look at that. That's Jazz Club, that one. And if you like this colour and you prefer a more matte finish, we've got one called Changing Leaves. That's a very similar colour, but rather than that high gloss sheen, it's a more matte finish. It's really nice. So have a look. I think they're in the Weekender range as well, possibly. I'm not sure. But anyway, have a look, and I'll pop the link in the comments, and you can see for yourselves. Have a little browse. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you see how easy it is to have, you know, perfectly manicured hands for a fraction of the price of the salon, and do it yourself. Really easy. See you all soon. Bye for now.